Hello. Oh, my voice. Lord Jesus. I'm here. Okay. I have to go warm up my coffee real quick and then I will turn on the camera. I've had the same makeup all day, so don't even mind me. I will be with you guys in like 2 seconds, okay? So hold on. I'm not expecting a lot of people on this live, and that's okay. We're just gonna address a couple of things, and then we are going to be done with this because I don't have time for people who are mentally, obviously insane. Okay? So I will be right back. Okay, you guys, I'm back. How is everyone tonight? Okay, so I know it's late. Everything always happens late for me, y'all. Okay, so hold on 1 second. I can't back out of here. Okay, so how is everyone tonight? I hope you guys had an amazing day. Shout out to my replay watchers. I love y'all. And I love my beauties. Okay, so I want to talk about a few things because normally I'm not that type of person that tortures myself. Hold on. That tortures myself and watch other people's lives. Now, what the hell's wrong with this one? Hold on, okay. Hold on a second, you guys. me zoom, come up closer. Okay. I'm not normally the type of person that likes to torture myself and watch other people's lives, but there are obviously people who come to me, oh, Tia, you need to hear this, what she's saying, blah, 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 blah. Now, I never addressed this specific creator, and I'm not going to say her name too many times because we all know who she is, which is Chrissy. I've never addressed this specific creator. I don't want to say address, but I never have really told you guys the story of why I no longer speak or align myself with this creator. And the reason why I never have is because, to be honest with you, I just never cared to say anything. But I am that type of person that I will always defend myself. I'm not going to continue to go live about this person because I don't think she's an interesting person. But I am going to address this one last time, and that's it. Because at the end of the day, it is obvious by all of the things that we have seen over the past couple weeks that this creator doesn't care about anybody else's feelings but her own. I will open up the panel, and I don't want to talk about this anymore because it's toxic. It is not good for anybody's mental health. There are people that are being accused of things that they've never done, and it's not right and it's not fair. And everyone should have that opportunity and chance to defend themselves, right? And ultimately, we've all been warned in some way, shape, or form. Hello, everybody in the chat. How are you guys doing? Okay, so first off, I'm going to start off by saying this. The first accusation that was made against me is that this specific creator and maybe 2 to 3 others were mods for me. So this specific creator, which is Chrissy, was a mod for my channel. And I have taken away her wrench twice. The first time I took away her wrench was because she threatened. Let me repeat that. She threatened another creator on my channel. Period. That's why I took her wrench. Because it was obvious that she didn't care about me or my situation or what could have happened with my channel when she threatened this other creator. You don't use and be an opportunist like that and use somebody's panel and take advantage of them for your personal agenda. She didn't threaten to, I don't want to say the word, she threatened to get on a plane and go to this creator's house, but she still threatened and she still could have jeopardized my channel because of it. Okay. I don't have to use wrenches as a weapon. Boston still has her wrench. Goose still has her wrench. To me personally, wrenches are not that big of a deal. Like I said, and I'll say it again, some people act like when a creator throws you a wrench, it's like getting a key to the fucking White House, and it's not. The second time I took away her wrenches because I really wasn't sure that I wanted her as a mod. There were too many people attacking her at that time. And to me, that can make a creator very biased. And even though somebody may not like you, I don't feel comfortable with a mod deleting people off of my channel just because you know that creator doesn't like you or you don't like that other creator or that subscriber or whatever. That is why I questioned whether she should have a wrench. There was just a lot going on, and I just didn't think that she could handle having a wrench, because there will be people that are going to come into my chat and not like this specific person. And I didn't feel comfortable with everybody who didn't like her being blocked or deleted from my channel. However, I'm not saying she did that, but it was questionable to me. The other 3 people that were a wrench, one was a person named Jill, and I don't even know who she was. So of course I took her wrench. I don't even know her, and I didn't hardly ever see her on my channel. The other one is a person who literally to me was never a friend and somebody that I couldn't trust. And the 4th was somebody who blocked me because somebody that she was a mod for told her to. It's that simple. Why would I continue to have her as a wrench? Okay? Why would I continue to let Megabucks be my wrench when she blocked me? Doesn't make any sense, does it? No, it doesn't. She blocked me because she was told to block me. She was told to unsubscribe from me and block me. So guess what? You think I'm still going to make her my wrench? I don't have to use a wrench to I don't have to use a wrench to I don't understand what's wrong with people. Do you have any idea how stupid that sounds? I don't have to use, I mean, I guess wrenches must mean mean more to other people than they do to me, but to me, I don't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? If I was to take Boston's wrench tomorrow, it doesn't mean that we aren't friends. If I was to take Goose's wrench tomorrow, it doesn't mean that we're not friends. You understand what I'm saying? Ultimately, it comes down to what works for my channel. And to me, I didn't trust any of the people that I wrenched. It's that simple. And the first time I took away Chrissy's wrench, it was well needed. You came on my channel and you threatened another creator, and I don't play that shit. Period. And to be honest, I should have never gave the wrench back after that because she was questionable to me after that. So let's just get that out of the way because people want to say she was using the wrench to manipulate or taunt people or whatever. I don't have to do that. I don't have to use a wrench. I'm sorry, but it's not that big of a deal. It really isn't. I didn't mention you Goose because you escaped or I missed it. Anyway, moving on. Let me see something here. Okay. So, wait a minute. Okay. On June 16th, I was sent a whole bunch of screenshots, and they are very bad screenshots that a mod put in another creator's channel. And I didn't believe it. I didn't. And that's why the screenshots were sent to me. I didn't believe that he would let this in his Discord, but obviously I was wrong. He obviously lets it in his Discord. And Chrissy was sending me the screenshots to prove to me all of the nasty, disgusting things that this creator lets in his Discord. And I said, okay. And she just kept sending them and sending them and sending them. So I asked her, I said, well, do you want to expose this person that is saying these bad things about you in the Discord? And she's like, yeah. And I said, okay, well, to me, I'm more concerned about the creator that's letting this happen in his Discord because it's his responsibility. So I was more concerned about that at the end of the day. You know, even though this person may have been doing this in Discord, the creator was still letting it happen. So We were supposed to go live. We scheduled a time. 10 minutes before my live, Chrissy messaged me and said that she's not going to do it because people were finding out that she was going live and she just didn't think it was a good idea. And I said, okay, well, we can keep these screenshots to ourselves. And I said, and if you ever want to come up on panel, or you can even go on your own panel. You know what I'm saying? She had her own channel at that time. I said, you can even go on your own panel. And I said, I'll go on your panel, whatever. But whenever you're ready, then you let me know. Because there is no way, this is not my drama. This is hers. Ultimately, I looked at it like creators need to be more aware of the things that they let in their Discord, period. And that was the end of it. I never talked about it. I addressed it a little bit that night, but I never talked about it. And that was it. That was the end of it. However, I noticed that that specific creator, well, not basically KM, she wasn't on my channel. And normally she's on my channel. And her people were on my channel as well. And I noticed it, and my mod noticed it, which was Boston. I think I just made Boston a mod. So that following day, I'm not going to tell every detail of the story, but that following day, I was addressed and asked, was I going to set KM up on my channel? Because this person, specific creator that was going to be talked about for letting these things in his Discord, she didn't, obviously she's had confrontations with this creator, so maybe she was nervous about that. I don't know. But regardless, she asked me if I was going to set KM up. And I said, no, that wasn't the intention at all. The intention was to bring awareness about the specific creator that lets this in his Discord. And she basically wanted to talk about how this specific girl was lying. And she sent me all these screenshots. That was it. But it didn't happen. And it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I would never set somebody up. That's not how I roll. I don't have to roll like that. I don't have to. I'm a grown ass woman. Okay. I'm not going to set anybody up on my panel, especially because I've seen the confrontation between these two creators. So I would never, ever set her up. That's just not me, especially when I have defended this person, went from panel to panel defending this person, always had her back. There's just no fucking way. Okay, well, Lisa, let me finish and then we'll go from there. There's just no way that I would ever set her up. Okay. So obviously I'm offended by that. Of course I'm offended because I don't like to be accused of things. And I am not going to walk around on eggshells as if I have to prove my friendship to anybody. First of all. Second of all, there was also another mod on my channel that I ended up taking her wrench as well, because not only did I misunderstand a message that she sent me when I was live, and this was a while ago, which was about my kids. It was misunderstood. We talked. However, she did admit to me in so many words that she thought that was going to happen as well. And I told her I would never set this woman up. Why would I do that? That makes no sense. And then they start saying that I'm using her for views. I'm using her to get monetized. I still got monetized that night and I didn't even talk about that. I don't have to use anybody for anything, period. So get your mind right, because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Okay, let's get that straight. And once that happened, it was a wrap for me. Okay, I'm not going to go into detail, every little detail about the story. Basically, I was accused of doing something that I would never do. And everyone in her Discord, which is KM, she told them to unsubscribe from me. She also told them not to go in my live that night. She says she didn't say that now. She didn't say that. However, she also says that she was in my live that night. She was happy. She was excited to see my live. Well, how come you didn't say anything? How come you didn't even say, hey, Tia, how you doing? You never said not a word when you supposedly were in my live. Let's just get that shit straight. You don't get to fucking throw the shit that you did on somebody else. You don't get to do that. You're throwing it on Trish, this person, that person, this person, that person. No, you don't get to put the blame on nobody but yourself. And if Trish did that, shame on her. But you don't get to throw people under the bus. You see, that's what you do. You throw people under the bus because you don't have enough courage to admit when you've done wrong. And then I am this creator that doesn't know how to communicate like an adult. Why would I communicate with somebody who thinks I'm going to set them up? Why would I communicate with somebody who thinks that I would do that? Why the fuck would I communicate with a person that told people to unsubscribe from me? Why would I do that? Please tell me, because there's no reason for me to come to you. First of all, you're the one who had the problem. You're the one who thought that I was going to set you up. So why didn't you come to me? Why didn't you message me and say, hey, are you trying to set me up with this creator? How come? So because I didn't reach out to you, I lack communication skills as a grown woman. So then what does that make you? What are you? You didn't reach out to me either. Get your fucking mind right, okay? Don't play with me because you're playing with the wrong one. My hands aren't dirty. I don't dox people. I don't talk shit about people the way you do. I don't have to talk behind your back because everything I say here, wherever, I will say it to your motherfucking face, okay? I don't have to talk behind nobody's back. I never did it to you. I never did it to your friend. No, what I did is said, I'm done with all of you, period. Because I don't have time for the bullshit. I don't have time to be friends with somebody who thinks I'm going to set them up. And you can't deny that you said it because I know you did. Okay. I seen the screenshots. And more than one. And regardless, you could have reached out to me too. You are the one who initially had the problem. I was fine. I'm like, okay, well, whenever you're ready, we can do this live, whatever. Probably wouldn't have never happened. But guess what? I didn't give a shit about it afterwards. You said it bothered me that you waited like 10 minutes before my live to tell me. But at the end of the day, I didn't care. It wasn't like, damn, I can't believe she did this to me. I'm done with her. No, it was a wrap. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't have tried to set anybody up. That's not what I do. Tia don't do that shit. Okay. So please get that straight in your head because you're making yourself look fucking stupid. Okay. Remember, my hands aren't dirty. I don't have to talk behind nobody's back. No, what happens is that you just always want to flip it on somebody else instead of taking responsibility for your actions. Like sitting there saying, I'm sorry, I don't know if Trish ever gave you money, but from what I heard, she did. And for you to sit there and say, well, it wasn't that much. It's not like she sent me that much. She gave me this for this and this for that. She still sent you money. She still fucking helped you. How freaking unappreciative can one person be? I cannot believe. I literally cannot believe that I ever talked to this person. Just the things that you're saying, so unappreciative. I don't care if she sent you, you're sitting there saying, oh, she paid for some of my Discord members. Those Discord members were putting money in your pocket. She paid for them. What the fuck? Anyway, I am a very reasonable person, you guys. I really am. I like to be the voice of reason. I've been very nice thus far. And another reason why this person is looking hella crazy is because you're trying to say that I kept going live about you. I've done one live, and it's called Just Clearing Some Things Up. That's it. The live yesterday was not about you. Yes, your name came up, but it wasn't about you. Quit trying to fucking say that I don't care about you that much to do lives about you. I don't. I just don't. I cleared things up because I wanted people to know that I don't align myself with a person that tells somebody that they hope something bad happens to their child. Sorry. And that's what I did. Quit trying to say I did lives about you, because I didn't. Sorry, I didn't. I don't want to. And I'm not going to. But I damn sure ain't about to listen to your live and get up on your panel and argue with you about things that I already know. You kicked Boston out of your Discord because she was trying to make things right. She was trying to tell me, because let me tell you something, and this is what a true friend is. Boston is smart enough to know, Tia, I can't believe I'm asking you this, but you weren't going to set her up, were you? She was trying to clarify because she knew that I would never do something like that. Even if she thought it for a second, she knew. And at the end of the day, she was just trying to make things right. And then you're going to go ahead and just say, you shared a private conversation, get out, and kicked her out of the Discord. You had her come into a call where there was 12 people against one. You should have never brought my name up. And I don't give a shit if people were asking you about me in the comments. And I don't give a shit if people were asking about me on the panel. You should have kept your mouth shut, because you're lying. Why in the hell would I ever communicate with somebody like that? Oh yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call you and say, hey, why would you think I'm setting you up? You're the one who thinks it. So why didn't you pick up the phone and call me? I'm not going to lie and say that I don't lack communication skills. It has nothing to do with being a grown ass woman. That has nothing to do with it. Use logic. A lot of people struggle with communication. It has nothing to do with your age. And then some people think that it's not worth it to communicate about stupid ass things like that. Like, communication can be a problem for a lot of people. Why do you think people get fucking divorces? Duh. I don't know if there's anything else I have to address, because I am so done with this. Like, it's a wrap. Because at the end of the day, from listening to the little bits of the live that I was listening to from you, I want to know where you were taking any kind of accountability for what you've done. No, instead you're calling everybody bitches because you did nothing to this person. You did nothing to that person. Not listening to a thing that people are trying to tell you. How is that taking accountability? There's not, people that are coming up on your panel don't owe you an apology. You owe them an apology. Period. All right. I'm going to open up this panel for a minute. I don't want to keep you guys too long. I just want to address those couple of things because that's just ridiculous. Like, you literally know why your wrench is taken away. I don't have to use wrenches to manipulate or power. Like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm sorry that giving people wrenches just don't mean that much to me as they do to you. Okay? And guess what? You fucked up the first time I gave you a wrench when you threatened somebody on my fucking channel. Don't try to say you didn't do it either because you apologized for it. Sorry, you guys. I'm just, people are just starting to really make me, not pissed off, because ain't nobody getting, definitely not somebody like her. Like, there are people who are literally sitting there telling you, like, even Heather, we cared about you. We literally defended you. You know what I'm saying? Blindly, of course. No, I'm not going to just let somebody try to make me look like, oh, and she don't know how to communicate like a grown-ass woman. Do you have any idea how stupid you sound? Like, quit making yourself sound so damn stupid and acting as if, like I said, I'm not going to lie and say that I don't have communication problems. I hold things in a lot of times, but guess what? That's okay. At the end of the day, you could have communicated with me too. So what does that make you? You started it. I didn't start it. You're the one who had the problem. I didn't have the problem. You did. How come you didn't communicate with me that it bothered you that I took your wrench? No, you communicated that to everybody else. So it looks like you have the communication problem, not me. Okay. I need to pin this. Sorry, you guys. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. Let me say hi to everybody. Did I post the link? Oh, there it is. Okay. Hey, Ella. Hi, Boston. Sean's Queen. How are you? Tara. Heather. Jeeper. Drippy. Cindy. J Money. Chantella. Lynn. Coffee and Crochet with Kelly. Rain Baby. I don't know if I said you. I'm missing somebody. Sunflower. I hope you guys are all having a good night, Natty Joe. If you point out a fact that can be proved, she deletes it and blocks you in a heartbeat. I believe it. I believe it. And like I said, I am not, thank you, Sean's Queen. I am not going to sit here and say that I thought she was a nice person when I met her. And no doubt, there are definitely some times that she has been bullied. But even the live that I did about her, I was not talking about her in a derogatory way. And I'm not going to tolerate her talking about me in that way either. And she was dragging me. She was. At the end of the day, she denied everything and literally put that on her mod. when I don't believe for a second that it was all her mod. I don't believe that. And there are people that I talk to that obviously didn't feel that it was a good idea for her to come up on my panel, because not only, if she gets set up, that doesn't look good for her, and she needs to, it's not healthy mentally, she needs to stay away from that same night or the day after she doxed Paige. So what are you talking about? You trying to shield her from what? You ain't shielding her from shit. But keep the same energy though. You always need to keep the same energy. You're trying to sit here and say, I don't know how to communicate. Well, guess what? Neither do you. You don't know how to communicate either, because you are the one who initially had the problem. You are the one who told everybody in your Discord to unsubscribe from me and not to go in my live. And then you sit there and say that you were watching my live and you had no problem with anything. Then how come you didn't say anything? If you were here watching my live, nobody else knew it. It's not a power thing when it comes to mods. I'm a mod for a channel. If she takes away my wrench, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, she's trying to use her power over me. Oh my God. No, that's not how it works. You don't have to use a wrench to manipulate people. That's just absolutely ridiculous. And that's not how I roll. I am telling you now that I took your wrench the first time because of what you did. And because you apologized for it. You're the one who messaged me and said, I'm sorry, because you know damn well what you did was wrong. And the second time, I should have never gave it back to her in the first place. But that's my mistake, though. That's my bad. Hey, Boston.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
I am good. I just wanted to come live real quick. I know it's past your bedtime. What time is it?
My bedtime's been like 6 a.m. this whole week, so
mine has too.
I just wanted to say, well, first of all, one thing, I want to encourage other people to join the panel sometimes. There's like a lot of, familiar faces in the chat, and it would be nice to hear people. I know some people are like camera shy or microphone shy, but it's really not that scary. And I'd love to hear from other people.
Right.
But I wanted to make a quick point for everyone. Something that I noticed that she did, which was really harmful, was that people were asking who the wrenches were in that really vile live on that channel. Who were the wrenches in that chat? She kept naming 2 of them that she knew for sure, and I think we all knew for sure those 2 people, right? But then she started throwing out, like when people kept asking her, she started throwing out other names. One person came up and was like, hey, I was never a mod for that channel. And she's like, oh, you know what? You're right. I didn't know who everyone's stock accounts were. So
right.
I just want people to, I know it's so easy. Like I've, taken my accountability and said my apologies. Other people have. I think that there's still anger coming from the other side, which is like totally valid and okay. Right. I just want people to remember that what's coming out of her mouth is obviously not all truth. And she mentioned some names that were mods that she was saying were mods on that channel that I don't think she had any clue who they were.
Right.
Or she knows who they were and is trying to protect the few people that are still in her corner.
Right.
So she threw out some of her other supporters' names, screen names out there. So just want to remind everyone of that. If you heard some screen names mentioned in that chat as being mods in the vile channel that she created, just use your own,
right.
Use your own insight and your own trust the process and know that it's probably not true. There was lots of lies, lots of deflection, lots of blaming people and bringing up names of people that like literally I've been in contact with some of those people she was naming, and like they've had nothing to do with her since
Right.
she went I don't want to use the word crazy. But you know what I mean, since she started the doxing and all that. So that's all I wanted to say. I am going to hop back down because
Okay.
I don't want to be too loud. But I'll come back up if no one else comes up.
That's okay. I'm not going to be
Come
that
on,
long.
someone else come up on the panel.
If you guys want to,
Let's
you can.
mix things up a little bit.
But I just wanted to come on and say that because listening to that live, for the time that I was listening to it, there was like, I've never seen somebody be so ignorant to people who had nothing but the best of intentions for her. And just because things are not going your way now and that people don't want to align themselves with you because of what you chose to do, that is no reason to treat people like that.
I am so sorry. I just giggled while you were talking.
No, that's okay.
I thought I was muted. I read the chat and Heather Dizzle said, "Stop being bossy, Boston."
Oh God, yeah, I must have missed that part. She must have said
Because I'm
that.
telling people to come. Oh, she said lots of things. It honestly doesn't bother me,
Right.
because I know that this is a person who is speaking out of just hate, and she's obviously very hurt.
Yeah.
And some people, when they're hurt, just lose their mind.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't bother me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying like, oh, she's hurt, so that's an excuse for her behavior.
Right.
I'm not saying that at all.
Well, I know.
But
I know.
I'm not taking it personally.
Mm-mm. It's not worth it. Not worth it at all.
All right, who do we have in here? Who can I call out?
I don't think she expected the people who knew the truth to show up, and that's why she got so mad saying, "How did you know about this live?" Yeah, I don't. It absolutely disgusts me how she talks about how the kind of stuff people are doing to her is going to cause someone to hurt themselves. She could care less if someone ends up hurting themselves. They've been around for a while. There are clues. If she is hurt, she should log off. I agree. I agree. I agree. But it's not so easy for people to log off. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I don't like, that's why I'm doing this so late at night, because I don't ever want the topic of my live to be stuff like this. You know what I mean? This is a live where people can go to know my side of the story. There's no reason for me to lie. I don't have a record of lying. She does. So ultimately, I think what bothers me the most about her live is that you keep throwing people under the bus. Even when Heather was on her panel saying we all loved you, and even Heather asked her, like, what's my kid's age? And she's like, well, I don't know. And that point that Heather made totally flew over your head, because what she was trying to say is, you don't know anything about me. You've never asked me any questions about myself. And of course, her excuse is, well, I encourage all of you not to, tell things about
not to get to know each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you can get to know somebody generally without having to get too personal. You can ask them questions about themselves without having to go in depth of their whole entire life story. You should, if you call this person a friend and you call people your friends, you should know what the ages are of their children, just like they know the ages of yours. It's not about, don't tell people this, don't tell people that. You're calling these people your friends. Maybe not all of them, but you're calling some of them your friends. So why is that a bad thing to her? That, not even a bad thing, but why don't you understand that what Heather was trying to say is that we went hard for you. And it is so, I've never seen somebody more unappreciative in my life. I've never seen it. Like, she literally acts as though everybody's doing something to her. I get it. It is very horrible on both sides. I get it. But at the same time, there's no excuse. Two wrongs don't make a right. You cannot use the excuse of, well, this person was sending me stuff, this person was sending me stuff. Well, then I don't know what to tell you. Just ignore it. At the end of the day, they both have done horrible things to each other. And we all know that. We all get it. But that doesn't excuse your behavior and the way you treat other people. Period.
Yeah.
And if you think for a second that I'm going to sit there and let you lie on me and throw me under the bus, you got another thing coming. You make no sense. How the hell are you going to talk about somebody having communication problems when you are the one who initially had the problem and your ass could have reached out to me? It's that simple. It doesn't have to be hard.
100%. Yay, we've got people. I was going to make a quick comment for the new people joining us. The point that what she kept saying, I think she's very hurt because a lot of her supporters left her and didn't reach out to her and say why they were leaving and all of that. I think that for me personally, like, I got booted. But I think that some people probably didn't reach out to her and say why they're leaving because she never, I mean, they didn't have that connection. Like, she never made an effort to, make those connections with anybody. So they didn't necessarily feel comfortable having that conversation with her. And I think it's okay to just distance yourself from somebody. I get that she is hurt. I totally, that's a valid feeling to have. But to say that we all did something to her, that we all, did something wrong. And she kept saying, "What did I do to you? What did I do to you?"
Yeah,
That
or
wasn't the
put
point.
words in her mouth.
It
Like,
wasn't.
that's
It wasn't about what she did to even though she did some stuff to me personally. I mean, I'm not going to bring that up, but it wasn't about doing something to somebody. It's that you did something to someone else, to another human being, to multiple human beings, some that were just so vile and unforgivable that people didn't want to be associated with you anymore. They had to walk away. And that's because they're good people with integrity.
well,
All
and the
right.
thing is, like, Boston, sorry to interrupt, but like, oh God, I say like way too much, so we need to start a jar. But so I almost did it. The thing is I was telling her what my feelings were and where I was coming from, but it's like, ugh, fuck, I did it again. I'm not allowed to, speak my truth for me. That I felt this way, or I felt, and it stung tonight when she said, y'all hate me. And first of all, I've never said I hated her ever.
Yeah.
But it does hurt because I'm like, I had a lot of people like hurt and pissed off at me because of how I went for her. And for her to say that we were never her friends, like, who the fuck goes that hard for somebody if they're not genuinely your friend? Mm-hmm. And also, the internet works two ways. I didn't know she was deleting the Discord, which is fine. I'm glad that she did because, like I said, I was trying to leave anyway. But did she reach out to me? No. Did she reach out to other people? I don't know, but I don't think she did.
It's a double standard issue.
It is. And it's just,
I want to address something kind of important just because Tia's story, but the timeline of everything that had happened with the whole, everybody thinking don't go to Tia's live. She's setting Chrissy up. I want to be clear. I did not ask Tia, oh, were you setting Chrissy up? I didn't say that. I said, Tia, just so you know, people aren't like mad at you or anything, because we were both like, why is everyone not in the live? Like, all these people are normally in this live right now. And I said, just so you know, people just didn't want to come in because they heard that another creator was going to be up there and they didn't want to be involved with that drama. So that's what was said. I didn't go to Tia and say, oh, are you planning on setting Chrissy up?
Right.
But that's essentially like, I mean, if you hear, oh, people wanted to avoid that because they heard someone's going to be up on panel and they wanted to avoid that for Chrissy, then obviously that's what Tia would think, you know?
Right. And it was told to me by more than just you, though. And people that were closer to her. And I really am not going to let her throw me under the bus like that. Like, you could have reached out to me just as well as I could have reached out to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's really that simple. PG, too?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Coming from a different angle, I just want to say I do believe that your name was used to stir up some of the dullness of the conversation. I do believe that there was no genuine concern about your rift with Chrissy. It was just to add to the drama, because I know personally, I never signed on with the doxing of Allie and Savage and Paige. I told her, one, it was illegal, and two, it would really screw up a case if she wanted to go after Paige for the defamation on the Crime Stalker stuff that she did on the videos. What I think is, whatever happened between you and her, someone wanted to bring it up to piss people off.
Yeah.
And
Maybe.
that's the history of YouTube. Somebody said that I threatened to kill Paige. That never happened.
You know, TG2 never threatened. And that's another thing, too, that I want to get very, very clear.
I never
TG2 never threatened her on my live.
Or
the only person
live.
who, any live, but I'm talking
about,
that was the only live you've been really on, TG2. And I'm saying she never threatened. What she said was somebody is going to get hurt from all of the bullying that's, you know, the back and forth, the tit for tat. Somebody's going to get hurt. She never said or threatened anybody with any physical harm. She did not.
Yes. And what I did say on another
live. The only person who did was
that. Christy. Yes. And what I did say on another live, I did specifically say the only way a doxer will stop is if her hands are chopped off, her internet is cut off, and her vocal cords are cut out. That's the only way to make a doxer fully stop, because it's in their system to just dox and dox and dox. That's not threatening to kill anyone. But let me just address this. I never signed on with the let's go after these people. I know doxing is illegal. I'm a victim of it. I don't want it. I never had anything to do with any of that.
Chantel.
And
Chantel, I'm warning you.
And I was very,
I don't want to have to time you. Hold on, TG2. I don't want to have to time you out. Be respectful to people who are up on my panel. Okay? I don't care how you feel. Take it somewhere else. Don't say those kind of things about her on my panel. Okay? I'm just trying to be. All right. Go ahead, TG2.
So I was extremely vocal, and I was concerned for her mental health. Everyone is piled up on Chrissy. The Crime Stalker stuff reminded me a little bit of Golden Dick, but then this new I'm so confused is Golden Dick 2 magnified. Somebody said something horrible, and Paige jumped on that opportunity to make herself look like a saint. And we all know Paige is not a saint. And we all know Paige has said things, really horrible things in private with Kaylee about little children. We have voice clips, and those voice clips are so horrid, and everyone knows what I'm talking about. I don't think her sandbox was where everyone should have ran. Everybody should have just walked away from everybody, because it's not fair to say Chrissy is the demon today because what she did to Danny and making horrific comments about someone who is crippled. I never signed on any of that. I said, come on, like, we got to reel this in, you know, talk to someone. And she knew she fucked up. She knew that she shouldn't have done that, but she snapped. And everyone has a breaking point. There's a trigger when someone deliberately does something with malice, and Crime Stalker did that on her channel. There were 3 or 4 videos about something that was really bad, and it was all for malice. Now she jumped on this train of, all right, we're all going to attack Chrissy today because she did this to Danny and she did this to someone who is crippled. So we're going to hate her for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 hours. Why? Who is the better person?
There is no sides that are innocent here.
But why did she jump on that? It could have been so easily resolved in private if someone could have just mediated and calmed people down.
Okay,
no,
but
they chose YouTube. Okay, I know the people who hate me. All right, I know because
they
I hate
chose
them too.
You're talking about,
but
everyone is responsible, including Chrissy.
Yes, but they chose the sandbox to make that person look better than Chrissy. Chrissy, you all want to call her a liar. You all want to call her a horrible mother. You all want to say these horrible things about her. You'll say it in private and you'll say it everywhere.
Well, I've never
but you don't need to do it for hours and hours and hours and hours. She knows she screwed up with Danny, and she knows she shouldn't have made fun of someone who is obviously, crippled. So all I'm letting you know is everything that transpired in the last 2 weeks, the common denominator is, with malice, it was not Paige's wheelhouse to post anything about anybody who's in jail for those crimes that he hasn't been convicted of. She did that with malice. That set this off. I don't know about the mod shit, because I love everyone in 2020, 2021. I love all those girls and I've been with them forever. But all I know is Paige did that with pure malice, and that could set off emotions that none of you understand. None of you. But I completely get it. So
and
however many more hours you guys are going to spend bashing her.
We're not bashing her.
First of all, TG2, I am not. Did you say that same thing to her when she was talking about me?
I don't know you. I don't know who you are.
So then, why you?
Wait, Tia. Wait, no.
You were there on that live.
When she tapped into the conversation about you in regards to your situation.
Yes. Did you say that to her? Here's what I'm going to tell you. Here's what I'm going to tell you.
Yes. Hold on. Wait, let me gather my thoughts.
Here's what while you're gathering your thoughts, just let me tell you something. Okay. I have never talked about or bashed her. Okay. None of us have. Not on this channel, we haven't. She is putting me into, okay, I guess Paige may have done some lives about her. I've done one. The one yesterday, her name may have been mentioned, but it wasn't about her. This one is because she is lying on me. And I'm not going to let somebody lie on me like that. That's ridiculous. It's not going to happen. But here's the thing. No one is innocent here. No one is. And I understand what you are saying, but nobody here, because I wouldn't put up with that. Just like I just told Chantel in the comments. I'm not going to let people drag her in that way because it's not right. I wouldn't let that happen. So you can't I don't know what you're talking.
No. I'm not putting you. I'm saying the sandbox of just pure hate for the last 4 nights, and then the other channel.
That must be the other channel. Then is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. This has nothing to do with your specific channel.
Okay.
Because you know how I feel about you. All I'm saying.
Well, I want you to express your opinion. So keep going. Go ahead.
So when all of you people were on the I'm so confused last night and the night before, it was Golden Dick magnified ×2, and nobody learned from that. What do you get out of it? So you dislike her, you hate the decisions that she's making, and you don't agree with her, and you think that she's a disgusting person. Then leave.
She's not talking about us, you guys. Okay. She's talking
about the people that were on the live of I'm so confused in the chat and on the panel, going on and on and on about how horrible she is. Why don't you guys just log off?
Well, I didn't watch that live, so I don't know.
No, I get that, but everyone that's in your live, they were in the live chat. Most of them were in that chat. So I'm just saying it's gross. And all I know is that Paige used what happened to Danny and Heather from Chrissy's outburst and her snapping as an opportunity to continue to completely destroy Chrissy. Ta-ta, bye-bye.
That's what she does. She does that. She says her opinion. That's my girl.
I love it.
Yeah, what you guys have to understand about her is that, you know, she's been with KM through it all. And she's always going to look at things from her perspective, especially what happened to her. You guys get it? You know what I mean?
Oh, damn.
I always want her. Yeah, that's TG too. So I always, you know, she can express her opinion. I wasn't on that live yesterday, so I don't know what the hell, you know, I didn't watch it. So I'm just going by what happened today.
Yeah.
And Heather, I'm very proud of you for, oh yeah.
Me too.
What I did?
Well, you went up on panel and you stood your ground, and you definitely tried to convey to her, you know, like we all went hard for you.
Yeah. Thanks, Mama. We did, you know, and I it just makes me feel even more kind of shit on that she doesn't see that. Like,
well, did you really expect her to?
I kind of did. Yeah. I mean,
I expected her. I wanted to say something too, but it was immediately called names.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I was in kindergarten. So, yeah, I'm glad that she listened to you. But I don't think she was actively listening to you. I mean, she's not gonna.
Well, yeah, and that's like she just kept turning around. Look what they've done to me. Look, you know, everybody hates me. Like, you know, and it's like you know, she wasn't actively listening, and that's okay. She had a lot of things going on, whatever. But I have never said to anybody that I hate her. Like, I've never said that, and I still don't. But I don't like what's happened. And that's not just for Chrissy. It's not for
it's for everybody.
Everybody
that has been involved in it. And I've always made that very clear.
Yeah.
And I
go ahead. I'm sorry, Sweets.
no, that's okay. I'm not going to let her continue because it was a story that I really was never going to tell, to be honest with you guys, because I don't care anymore at this point.
Right.
Like, I'm not saying that she is, a bad person. I think she's made some bad choices, but at the end of the day, I am not going to let somebody throw me under the bus.
Right.
Say, you need to get communication skills like a grown ass woman. Why is it that you feel that everybody needs to reach out to you? Do you ever reach out to anybody? Ever?
And why is everyone else allowed to go on apology tours, but I can't apologize to people who I've upset and hurt by my actions?
And that's the thing that bothered me. Like, I understand what TG2 is saying, and I understand where she was coming from because of what she's been through personally. But as far as this channel goes, and I can't speak for the other channel, but I mean, something happened. It affected a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
People, sorry, my iced coffee was just delivered.
Oh, I want some.
Dang bougie.
I know, my dad just pulled up with an iced coffee.
Nice.
All right, so what I was saying was, people aren't going, I don't think people are going on and on and on talking about her necessarily. It's about what everyone else has been through during this. You guys have to understand, a lot of us who were supporters of this creator were basically babies in the YouTube world.
Yeah.
Okay? The stuff that I have seen,
I know, I feel like I'm 80 years old now.
The stuff that I've seen happen.
I've seen some shit. I've been through some wars. I have seen it all.
For me, it's about trying to talk out and understand the human behavior and why, especially on YouTube or on the internet, why people feel that they have this pass to just do these things to people that I really don't think most people would be doing to each other in the real world. I think it's okay for people to talk that out and to, I know that nobody bashes her in this channel. There is definitely bashing that goes on in other channels. Everyone's going to react differently. I don't necessarily agree with how everyone reacts to it, but at the end of the day, it's all hurt. And it's all, reacting to hurt, talking it out. That's why I appreciate your channel, Tia, because it's a place where I feel like we can actually talk it out, analyze it,
and move on.
Try to understand it and move on. Exactly. And I'm sorry if it's taken a day or two to move on, but I don't think that, people in this channel are obsessing over it.
No, and I think too, something we need to remember, like when she says that we're bullies, and I feel like voicing my opinion in a kind way is not being a bully. It's just sharing my feelings on the matter. So where somebody else, I don't know. I can't think of another example off the top of my head, but I just feel like me discussing my feelings or trying to figure something out does not mean that I'm bashing her. And I just feel like it's all or nothing with her. You're either on her side or you're against her. And I'm sorry that she feels that way, but I just wish she could step away because like we talked about last night, Tia, like with being bullied in school and stuff. Like once those girls saw that what they were doing didn't affect you, they moved on, but she's, posting 50 videos
31
whatever.
Someone
close
count.
Enough.
And let me address something real quick. Anita, you're about 2 seconds away from getting deleted off my channel. I don't care what you say, nor do I care what you think. If you're really that stupid enough to think that I gained subscribers when I met Chrissy, you're sadly mistaken. So if I were you, tread very lightly, my dear, or get the fuck off of my channel.
I mean, I came over from Chrissy's channel, but
I came over because Chrissy shared a link and said everyone go follow Tia.
and then I just
Thank
decided
you,
to
Chrissy.
stay because I liked her
And then she
content.
told everybody to unsubscribe from me.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
She
true.
doesn't know what the hell she's talking about.
That was a hard thing too, and I think that's another reason why people left, because people were being told who they could and couldn't watch, and I mean, the whole thing is just childish.
Right.
I'm going to say something controversial right now, and
Yes.
and please, because I know there's a lot of true crime people here, okay? And I know that she was into true crime, and I know for sure that the other main creator in this story is into true crime. I know it's a beautiful true crime world, and I love true crime myself. I have a theory that when you're in the true crime world, you get very used to sleuthing. Is that the word? Being an internet sleuth?
Sure.
Researching, finding court records, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And exposing that and sharing that information that people hadn't known before. And I feel like it's become a weapon to use against other creators. And it's kind of interesting and also insane because, again, you would never do this. You would not do this behavior to people in your real life. And if you are doing this to people in your real life, you should probably go be a private investigator. That would be a great career
And get
choice
new
for
friends.
you. Or
Okay.
you might want to get some new friends.
Right.
But yeah, I've noticed, because I'm trying to figure out, like, what's this whole doxing obsession about, and like exposing things. And I wonder if there's a connection between that and just being in the true crime world and being used to, you know, exposing.
And it is hypocritical, like, because when one person, you know, like, for example, when someone else read Sophie's information, that was okay, and that wasn't doxing. But by golly, somebody else reads that same person's information, now it's doxing, and you're sick and twisted. And I'm just using that as an example. I'm not saying either way is right, but it's just hypocritical. And so I don't understand, you know, and then she says, well, the newspaper article was public record. Well, I didn't know anything about the article. Did you know anything about the article, Boston? Like,
well, and she kept ignoring the fact that there was also a link dropped over and over and over and over again, that when I clicked it, it brought me straight to somebody's court records, and I saw their full name and address on the first page.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
See?
So there's a lot of things that were left out. As far as her taking accountability, there was a lot of things that were left out that were done that should have been addressed.
And if she wants to show people that she's changed.
One second.
Sorry, hold on.
Sorry.
I'm just going to say that I know that I defended KM back in the day. Well, it wasn't back in the day. It was like a couple months ago. And I am going to apologize to you for defending somebody when I shouldn't have. It was not something that I should have done, because one of the main reasons why she was so mad at you, Cappy, is because she felt like you didn't defend her enough. And now I don't even know if that's true. So I'm going to take accountability for that and say, I apologize for coming so hard for you. And that's it. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
That's a lovely message.
Well, yeah, I mean, Cappy, I like her channel. She She makes fun of the true crime community, so you guys have to check her out.
Okay.
It's her name, but I really went hard. I mean, I can tell you that Captain can vouch for it. I really always defended Christy, and I'm not saying that there's sometimes where KM wasn't right, but in that situation, I will honestly say I don't know anymore. Everything that I defended, I'm questioning now. You understand what I'm saying? So I wanted to say that to her because I take ownership for that. I'm an adult and I can do that.
And Chantel said you were one of the many who fell for the narrative that got spun. No shame in that. We've all been there. And that's, I think, what we've all been talking about is we all are being, trying to be accountable for things, but we also shouldn't have shame because, I mean, again, it's about critical thinking and emotional thinking. And a lot of people just, take people's word.
Really in that specific situation because she was mad at this person because she's like, you never defended me. And I don't know if that's true or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. So it was wrong of me to jump the gun and defend her. Like, yeah, you never did this, you never did that. When ultimately, I don't know for sure. Now, I never really seen it, but I don't know. So that's why I have to take responsibility for that.
What I was mentioning before is that kind of when we came into the picture, it was, I've done some things I'm not proud of. I don't want to do this. And,
and I remember
all these things.
Yeah, I remember thinking, Heather, like, wow, like, that's awesome that she's, like, taking accountability for, like, things she's done in the past. So
yeah,
I just assumed, like, she's squashed it. She's made her apologies. Like, she's explained that she did things she's not proud of. Like, I respect that when people do that.
And we all make mistakes. No one is judging anyone for making mistakes. But the thing is when you keep making the same mistakes and ending up in the same situation, it's like it's the definition of insanity, having the same mistakes over and over.
I'm gonna do. I think you've used up all of the things that you're gonna say, Anita, because now I'm just gonna say you're stupid. You do know that people started YouTube without uploading videos, right? I didn't upload a video for 2 years. I just started uploading videos 6 months ago. Please go back where you came from. Okay? Bye-bye now. You have a nice day.
Never mind. I'm not going to say it.
I don't like to interrupt you guys. I'm listening, but I'm just going to say, she's sitting here saying I've been making videos for 2 years. No, I haven't. I literally just started uploading videos 6 months ago. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just delete her. Okay, continue.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Hey,
have
ladies.
Hi, ladies.
Oh, Kelly.
Hey, Tia, I've been following you for a hot minute, way before any of all this started, because I love your makeup. Just wanted to throw that out there.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
No, thank you. I enjoy your channel, and I have for quite some time, long before I ever heard of CK or the other creator that seemed to have so much turmoil going on. But just so you know, I've been following you for a minute.
Thank you. I appreciate it. No, I created my YouTube in 2017, but I actually didn't start uploading until about 6 months ago. Mm-hmm. And I did a couple videos when I created my YouTube, but I didn't have a camera and I didn't like the way my phone looked. So I had to wait till I got a camera, a computer to edit and things like that. Like you don't know the situation. And I'm pretty sure I'm just not going to deal with that.
Always Me just made a really good point in the comments.
What'd she say? I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
Why would anyone say Tia got her subs from KM, but not saying anything about KM got hers off the back of someone struggling with drug addiction? Make it
yeah.
God, that's a good one always.
It's
Yeah,
My
true.
drop.
I'm gonna tell you, honey, that's good.
That's where I came
I don't
from.
know if you remember, but Tia, you were so nice to me because I didn't come at you hard, but I don't remember. I don't know if you remember the comment, but I was talking about, that it was wrong for her to exploit that addict in crisis. But we were super respectful to each other.
Oh yeah. You were very upset about it.
I was,
Yeah.
and yeah. So, but thank you for handling it, the way you did. I couldn't. I have lots of family members, more than I wish, but at least praise God, they're in recovery. And I was just horrified that people were restreaming. And it wasn't the fact that she was restreaming her; it was the fact that she put her Cash App and her PayPal up there
Right.
along with it. And I just didn't feel like that was on the up and up. And that's just my opinion. It's nobody else's but mine. But yeah, I struggled with that because I couldn't help but think if that young lady was my niece, how upset I would be.
Yeah. And I understand. That's the time when I didn't agree with what the things that she was doing either. So
Yeah.
I agreed with you.
Can I tell you, as someone that came in because of that, I came in under the assumption and the yeah, this is a great idea, that because I'm same as you, Kelly, with my family members, and also thank God that they're in recovery. One of my family members actually lost to what Ashley Hat's going through. So
So sorry.
thank you. So I was like, this is great. Like, people, because she's monetized. So if someone else is streaming her, then she's not going to get those views because all those people were watching just to watch the train wreck. You know what I
Right.
mean? Which is
I
horrible.
get that. I get that.
But I'm going to tell you, because I had a problem when I saw that she was posting the Cash App and someone
Right.
said something to her about it. And I fell hook, line, and sinker for her line. And I don't know if you remember this, Heather.
I do, because
But-
we chatted about it briefly.
Yeah. Her line was that, it costs money for StreamYard. It costs a certain amount of money every month. And the computer and the, all these things cost money. So it's just just donate, if you want, because I wouldn't be able to stream this if I didn't have money for this. So people are pitching in yeah, thank you for doing this, But in retrospect, looking back at it, I'm horrified that I was ever okay with the fact that there was someone literally making money off of it. So I look back at that and am definitely I have shame for supporting that channel specifically.
But see, your intentions, though, Boston, and I've told you this before, weren't malicious. Yeah. You didn't come from a place of ill intent, I don't feel like. You were on panel with Magical and I once, and even then, you're very respectful. And I didn't feel like you came from a place of anything but just pure intentions. I mean, that's what I got from you.
I appreciate hearing that because there are people that have been telling me that, and that's who I think I am. So it's been very confusing and hard for me this past week because there's a lot of people, including KM herself, telling me that I'm just this horrible person. And my intentions kept getting questioned over and over and over and over again by people.
But they're get questioned by people whose own intentions are indeed questionable, in my opinion.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just think that so many of you were coming from a good place, and here's the thing. Here's the takeaway. We've met a lot of good people through this unfortunate incident, or at least I have.
That's very true. That's the silver lining. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's come to light who the good people are.
Yeah.
And
sometimes it's not always clear.
Well, and that's the thing I was trying to get at earlier, girls, is people are for example, if Christy could have just ignored Paige's channel and ignored the stuff, then Chrissy would not be the one looking foolish.
Right. That's what I've been
You know
saying.
what I mean?
Had you just
And-
ignored her, it would have just, maybe it would have just went away,
Doing it then, like, that would have been problematic. But because the way she handled it, now she's kind of looked at in a bad way, and especially with what she said about that kiddo. So,
well, and here's the thing: this is not the first of the series. We're on season 6 now of the KM Chronicles. Yeah, it's and the plot line never changes. It just the actors, the people.
spoiler alert.
And it's not, it's not anybody's fault. I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is, and all we can do is go on from there. But I'd like very much for this to not continue happening over and over. It's like you're just from season 5. Season 6 is coming soon, so
Exactly. And little Spidey, I don't know who you are or if you missed it, but Heather has apologized and taken accountability and explained where she was coming from.
Well, I don't know if she's talking about me or crippled Heather.
That's true.
I don't know.
I guess we need to figure out who they're talking about.
Yeah.
Which, Heather, Chrissy, to your comment, I subbed to you because of Chrissy, so you're welcome. Because she was making a joke like, "Oh, Chrissy didn't give me no subscribers." I'm like, well, I did.
Cooper, you're right. It is season 7. I missed a season.
She's talking about cripple. Okay. All right. Well, please, just a reminder, just keep it respectful in chat.
Right.
Guys, with each other.
And like I said, this live was not made to bash, even though I'm going to go ahead and say that she was lightweight bashing me. This is not made to bash her. This is to address that you can't talk about somebody not having communication skills when you yourself don't have communication skills either. You obviously didn't care enough to pick up the phone, and neither did I. You are the one that you could have ignored people when they asked questions about me, but you chose to answer questions and sit there and say that I'm using my giving people wrenches and using it as like a power move or something like that. And that's ridiculous. That's not even how I look at wrenches. And to be honest with you, just probably about a week ago, I started figuring out how much it does mean to people when they get wrenches. But at the end of the day, I took your wrench for a reason.
Well, that's what it meant to her, was the wrench. That's what the wrench meant to her. Most of us realize it's a responsibility, to help promote the channel and keep the chat, respectable. It's a responsibility. It's not
right, but it means
power.
something else to her, which is why when she says things like to me that I'm like begging for wrenches and all this stuff, like it's just a reflection that to her a wrench me. And Tia, if you take my wrench away, I'm gonna go beg on some other channels.
Austin, I'll create a channel just so you can.
I'll wrench you.
So you can only you can wrench.
It's not about that. Like, I could be live and throw somebody a wrench and take it away, and it's no offense. It doesn't mean anything. I don't look at it like that. I just don't. Now, you are like,
I don't understand this.
I say if you, like I told you, Boston, if we're friends, you literally are the first person that I actually really truly modded with the intention of having you be a mod for a long time. So obviously, if you're a mod for a long time, then I could see it being a little bit like, okay, why did she just take my wrench away after like a year or 2? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you literally threatened somebody on my channel. That's
chill, though.
It's funny how you want to sit there and do all the blaming and take no accountability. Because you could have easily said, well, you know what? She did take my wrench the first time because I threatened somebody, another creator on her channel. I don't play that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I should have never gave it back to you in the first place because I don't trust you. There was too many people that I felt like were coming in here that may not have liked her, but weren't saying anything to her. And I just didn't feel comfortable with it anymore after she had did what she did the first time. And it's that simple. I am not going to let somebody just talk about me or basically lie on me. I'm just not going to let it happen. If somebody lies on me, I'm going to tell my side of the story if I feel like it. That's why I like doing this at late, because I don't want to talk about this, you know, like at a decent time where everybody's here. I want us to have fun and talk about more important things than this.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is not important.
Going to soon. I hope we get to meet the fiance someday. I hope we get some fiance up in here.
Absolutely. And we're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff. Like, I'm happy about where this channel is going to go, and it's going to go in a positive direction. Even when I did, like, you're categorizing everybody in this, like, whole thing, this, you know, I don't know how many lives that I'm confused did about her, but I've only done one, and it's called, what is it called? Oh my God, I forget already. Oh, just clearing some things up.
Yeah. And then the other one was, yes, she was mentioned, but it was more about us and human behavior and what we had all been going through.
Right. It wasn't specifically about her. So quit trying to categorize me and act like I've been doing lives about you, because I don't care about you that much. Sorry. It is what it is. I'm not going to have another live talking about this, period, because it's not worth it anymore. It's toxic.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fixing to jump down, ladies, but Tia, I wanted to also tell you the Becca highlighters are fire.
I know. I have one.
Right?
How it's at. But
they're one who told me about them.
I would definitely stock up on them because Becca's closing down.
Yeah, I closed. I stocked up on that finishing powder that is so good. Yeah, it's because I wasn't going to pay $36 for powder, but when it was half price, I had to, and you know, a few highlighters too.
Right, because
you're a sweetheart, by the way.
She is. She's a sweetheart.
I like to crochet.
Yeah, I gotta hop down to mod because
I'm gonna be ending this in a minute anyway. So.
Well, have a good night, ladies. Thank you for having me on, Tia. I appreciate it, and I will continue to follow you because I enjoy your channel.
Thank you for coming up. I appreciate you. And if you have a channel, put it down or let me know what it is, and I'll put it in the comments.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. You're welcome, sweetie. Anything last words that you want to say, Heather?
I did laundry. I did laundry today. I don't like fucking doing laundry. And if y'all could say a prayer for said laundry that it gets put away to the appropriate places, that'd be great.
Oh my gosh. I suck with laundry. I'm so bad with it. I have like 10 loads to do. So.
Oh girl. Shit. So I just want to know if anybody else is neurotic though. I put so much shit in my laundry when I do a load. I'll use the Gain Flings first for my soap. Then I'll add like the OxyClean Power Booster. I'll add a scoop or two of that. Mm-hmm. Then add the Downy Unstoppables because they smell bomb as fuck. And then I'll also add.
I love those.
Oh my god. Ugh. And then I will throw in Downy fabric softener in a Downy ball. Like, is that too much?
I don't think that's too much. I use a lot of like fragrances with my clothes too. Actually, I have to be extra careful because I have sensitive skin and so do my boys. So I have to be careful. I actually use Drift for us.
Oh, okay.
And then everything that you just said that you use, I use them for my fiance and then my oldest son because they don't have sensitive skin. I love my clothes smelling good.
Oh my gosh. And those Downy things, girl, I literally pulled out a bag of, because I hate putting laundry away.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I'd touched it for months, and everything still smelled delicious. It's
Well,
amazing.
that's good.
My
Have
mom
you
was
ever
telling
used
me,
Dreft? You got to use Dreft too. It smells just like a baby. It's so good.
baby powder isn't my jam.
I love Dreft. It smells so good. It smells just like a newborn baby. You know how newborn babies have that beautiful, perfect.
Yes.
That's what it smells like. Not like baby powder. It smells
Like
literally.
vagina. I'm kidding. Newborn baby smell. No, I'm kidding. I had to bring some levity to this. I mean,
Thank
but yeah.
you, Shell. I appreciate it. I'm gonna try to keep it red for as long as I can.
Yeah.
Most
Looking
Gemini-
like poison ivy up in here.
I love Poison Ivy. Little Mermaid.
Oh, Ariel. Oh. Sorry.
But I am seriously, like I said, I'm very proud of you. I think that you handled that so very well, Heather.
Thanks, girl.
And I think I like the way that you were trying to convey to her, like, we all cared about you. We all went hard for you. And unfortunately, that wasn't enough for her. She didn't see it in that way. And that's okay. That's
Yep,
okay. I appreciate you bringing it up, bringing me up. I appreciate you having my back.
Yes,
That was very, very sweet of you.
always.
You didn't have to do that, though. You know that.
I know.
But just everything that you said, I loved everything that you said. You did such a good job. Because that's not easy to get up on panel like that. It's not. Even with the one girl that was yelling at you, I don't know her name, but never mind. I don't even, because I don't know her, but it just seems like she's accusing you of a lot of stuff that she's very, very wrong about.
Yeah.
That's not right.
That's all right. I mean, it is what it is. I just, whatever.
Thank you, Shelbell. But
Thank you for that. I'm glad.
I don't want to talk about this anymore, though, for us. I think it's time for us to move on. I think it's time for us not to, and I say that for everybody, like, let's just stop this, and it's not something that I personally have been doing, because this is not tit for tat for me. This is me defending myself.
And done. Yeah. And
me calling attention to the fact that you're lying. Okay.
Right.
And I'm not going to let anybody lie on me. And I'm not going to let nobody sit here and try to make it look like I don't know how to communicate, because obviously it wasn't worth it to you to communicate with me. And it damn sure wasn't worth it for me to communicate with you.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, people come into our lives sometimes, if only for a season, and maybe we, leave a mark. Like, there was a girl, I'm gonna make this a real quick story, like 2 minutes, that I met a long time ago. I met her out at a bar one night. She was super cool, and we were just like dancing, whatever. And she sees these two guys, and she introduces us to them and asks if they want to come sit at our table. So they did. And I ended up marrying one of them. And we were married for like 15 years. And I just, like, I feel like she was, but I don't think I even talked to her when we got married. Like, we just lost touch, and, but I'm thankful for her, even though my marriage ended badly. I have a beautiful daughter out of it, and I'm just, people come into and it could be even just to teach us something.
Absolutely.
So I'm thankful. And that's what I was going to say. I'm thankful for Chrissy, because had I not met her, I wouldn't have met Boston. I wouldn't have met Goose, and I wouldn't have met you. So,
you have to look at the good aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
What came out of it, that's good. And, even Just even my live yesterday, critical thinking versus emotional thinking. You cannot automatically assume that somebody is an emotional thinker just by one example or even two examples, because at the end of the day, there are some people who do both. And some people think based off emotions all the time, but not everybody does. And you cannot judge somebody for not using their critical thinking just because they didn't use it in one situation. It depends and it varies on each individual. And I am very good at using critical thinking, but sometimes I don't. And I'm very guilty of that. And it's nothing but meaning you're human and we're all human.
Yeah.
And I don't have any regrets for defending her, but I do definitely have regrets that I should have handled some things a lot differently than I have. And you live and you learn. I learned my lesson. You learned your lesson. We all have.
Yep.
And let's just stop this tit for tat and kind of just let it go. You know what I mean? That's what I look at it like. I think that even the other channel, that's obvious that they have a history. So somebody's got to end it, right?
Right.
So why not be that bigger person and just end it? You know? Even if you have to say your piece and just end it. Somebody has to end it. Otherwise it's never going to end, right?
Yep. You got it right.
But I'm still very proud of anybody who went on that panel to defend themselves and to share their side of the story. And I appreciate everybody who came up on my panel. No, you're good.
I'm laughing at Boston's comments. She's like, I love the smooth transition into laundry. You're a dork.
I don't like doing laundry. I think I hate it. I like to fold it. That's it. Right?
No.
I like to fold it and put it away, but I don't like doing laundry. Does that make sense?
I like smelling it. That's it. Is it. Or it's like cold winter and you get a pair of warm pajamas out of the dryer. That's kind of awesome sauce.
Right.
But the rest of it sucks.
I know. I can't stand it either, but I don't mind folding them and putting them away.
Yeah. Oh, I hate that.
But I'm going to let you guys go to sleep. Oh, yeah.
All right, Miss T.
Thank you so much, Heather, for coming up. I love you, and I'm sure I'll talk to you after this.
Love you too. Take care. Bye.
You too, bye-bye. Let me show you guys the draft bottle real quick. Don't mind my room. It's so nice. This is what it looks like. It's like this. I wish my camera was mirrored. I'm going to have to find a way to use my other camera to go live, my nice camera to go live, because I don't like the computer camera. It's definitely best not to engage, ladies. Walk away with your head held high. I can tell it's not easy. Sorry, I lost your comment. I can tell it's not easy when you or people you care about are being dragged by her, but nothing you say will change. I agree. I agree with what you're saying, Rain Baby. And like I said, the only reason why I'm addressing this is, for one, I've never told you guys the story and I never plan to. And to be honest with you, the reason why I never really wanted to tell you guys the story is because to me, I don't care about it anymore. It's over and it's done with now. I know how to let things go and move on, but also because it doesn't help her look in a very good light. You know, like I said, I won't apologize for defending a friend. I can apologize for different situations and then take accountability for that. But I've never bashed people and went hard on people because I just don't feel that nobody deserves that. And when I say, as an adult, and I'm not contradicting myself, communicating is something that I struggle with as an adult. Sorry, guys, my allergies are a mess, but communication is something that I struggle with as an adult. A lot of people struggle with different things as adults. You can't sit there and say that somebody doesn't know how to communicate like a grown woman when you yourself don't know how to communicate either. Because when I was very upset, I didn't like the way that whole when she had the Let's Get Random channel, I didn't like the way that things were going with that. And I even heard her say on her live that she wishes that she didn't have the subs that she got on the Let's Get Random channel. Like, how low could you possibly go by saying something like that? I don't understand. Like, those subs paid for memberships, paid for Discord, paid for Patreon. How could you sit there and say that you felt some type of way about those subs and you wish that you wouldn't have had? It just doesn't make any sense to me. But regardless, I just didn't like the way it was being handled. So I took a step back from her. I never talked shit about her. The only thing I ever expressed is how I felt about how I felt that Ashy Cat was being exploited. So I just didn't want anything to do with that. And when she seen me leave a comment on another creator's channel that was questioning her, she reached out to me and we spoke like grown-ass women. Okay. And I appreciated her for that. And we talked and we worked things out. That's the way that it's supposed to go. But ultimately, I wasn't accusing her of anything. I wasn't bashing her. All I did was question, like, I can't remember what the question was, but I had never heard from her ever. She's never reached out to me. She's never said anything to me, except for when she seen me saying something that was not in favor of her. And then she reached out to me. I am tired of going through this high school shit, because at the end of the day, you are the one who had the problem. You are the one who basically thought that I was going to do something like that, and then literally threw me under the bus, told everybody in your Discord to unsubscribe from me. Like, why would you do something like that? Even if I was mad at somebody, I would never tell them to do that. I would never do that. But to me, I'm not going to say that I don't lack some communication skills, but to me, I just didn't think that it was worth reaching out to her the same way she didn't think it was worth reaching out to me, because it's obvious she had a problem, right? If she didn't have a problem, then she wouldn't be talking about it. If she didn't have a problem, she wouldn't have sent me a text message and pretty much pretended as though she didn't even know we had a problem. At this point, I just want to ignore and move on. When I listened to that live tonight, if there was any kind of benefit of the doubt that I've had, which I have definitely been that type of person that likes to give people the benefit of the doubt, but if there was any kind of benefit of the doubt that I had, it was gone listening to her that night, because it was almost like you can't think of anything to say, so you just had to make up something. To me, that's what it seemed like. You can't think of anything to say as to why you think Tia is the way that she is. So you used me taking away your wrench as some kind of power move. These kinds of things are annoying. It's just annoying. Quit walking around acting as though everyone's doing things to you, and actually take responsibility for your actions. If you had a problem with me and you looked at me as though I was somewhat of a friend to you, then you should have reached out to me and said, hey, I really do want to go on your panel or whatever, but I don't know, I feel uncomfortable with it because I really do think that people are telling me, or I'm getting this feeling that you're going to set me up, or that he's going to end up coming. Are you going to let him on? You could have communicated that with me and it would have been squashed. But instead, you run away with it And my assumption is because I didn't do what she wanted me to do, which was get on my channel and talk about another a mod on his Discord, which I don't care about. I really don't. I cared about if to me it is about the creator that lets those kind of nasty things in his Discord, but swears up and down he doesn't let those kind of things happen. But regardless, it's something that I wanted to address. In no way do I took the wrenches away from the people I took them away from for a reason. For a reason. One of them, I was literally they were trying to manipulate me. And I question everything that she's told me thus far since I've known her. She was somebody that I thought that I could trust, and I was wrong. It happens. It's life. You live and you learn. Nobody is perfect. We all make mistakes. And even when I have addressed the one live that I have done about her, I've never bashed her. I've never just called her this and that, and she did this and she did that. I'm not going to do that. If that's the case, then I would have been told you guys this story. I didn't tell you guys this story because, to be honest with you, it really does make her look bad. You assumed something. You didn't reach out to me and ask me if I was going to do that to you. You just ran away with it, told people to unsubscribe from me and to not come into my live or support me in any way, shape, or form. And that to me is a problem. Now I see how you are. I don't want anything to do with you. You don't want anything to do with me. So I'm going to go ahead on about my merry way, and you can go about your merry way. I do not want to talk about this anymore. I wish her nothing but the best. I hope that she grows and has success on it if she chooses to do YouTube or if she doesn't. I hope that things work out between her and the other creator and that the tit for tat will eventually end. And God bless her and her family. I hope everything works out with her. I have no ill will towards her. Just leave my name out of your mouth. It's that simple. Because at the end of the day, I don't have dirt on my hands. You do. So focus on you and cleaning the dirt off your hands. And I'll focus on me and my amazing supporters. End of discussion. All right. So, yes, we're going to go and we're going to wrap this up. Like I said, I absolutely adore you guys. I just wanted to come on here and address this one last time. I know you guys have to be tired of hearing about this bullshit because who wants to hear about this? Like, who wants to hear about this? Because most of you guys in here know the situation, know what type of person that she is. And a lot of you guys have warned me. You know what I mean? So I think you guys pretty much knew ultimately what was going to happen at the end of the day, anyway. Thank you guys. And thank you guys for being here. Like I said, it's time to move on. We can't talk about this forever. And like I said, I wish her the best. I wish her family the best. I pray for her. I pray for her daughter. I pray that everything works out in her life because at the end of the day, that's all you can do, right? So I love everybody and I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. We may do the Beyonce thing, or I have something else in mind that's going to be really exciting. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you. I love you, Lynn. I love all of you guys. Thank you so much for being here. She has drained me of enough sleep. I got bigger fish to fry. Yes, Natty. There's so much other interesting things that we could be talking about. I do not care about the situation anymore. All I can say is have a beautiful, nice life, and I hope everything works out for her. I love y'all, and I will see you guys tomorrow.